userXgaming. And I'm Cameron Drake, and we're doing Multiplayer Mondays. And this is Elder Scrolls Online, Elswyr. Last time we finished our journey with our friend here, Mizik Thunderboots, and saved an older gentleman's cat. Yeah, it was as strange as it sounds. Now we're going to continue on looking for Abentharn and continue our journey through Elswyr. As you see, we're still in the inn. Time to go back into Riverhold. Looks like there's another quest that way, but let's first get our hands on this quest for Abner Tharn.
Blaming Abner Tharn will not end the dragon infestation, Chimera.
Ever the voice of reason, Speaker. Ah, here comes someone who can help us now. You must be here about my summons. Good, good. I was just telling Lord Gareshri and Chimera that someone would answer my call. Since you're here, I presume you will wholeheartedly agree to help us save Elswyr from a rage of dragons? So much better than flock or herd, don't you think? The Khajiit Defense Force isn't prepared to deal with a threat as big as dragons, especially since they were fighting to liberate Rimmon when the huge beasts arrived. Stay focused. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we must assist the Defense Force. Rendezvous with us at their command post. On your way, however, I have another task for you. I detected a series of power surges that I want you to investigate.
Alright. Tell me more about these surges of power.
I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arcane energy not far from here. They reminded me of an old acquaintance. Has a way with portals. If it is him, I want you to secure his help against the dragons.
Do the surges of energy have something to do with the dragons?
Hard to say with certainty, but I don't believe so. They remind me of Sir Cadwell, who somehow opens portals with a power of similar intensity. Check the locations I marked on your map before you make your way to the defense camp.
Okay. Sir Caldwell is a protagonist that you meet along the way in the actual main campaign of the original base Elder Scrolls Online. So, you'll find him quite amusing.
Never heard of Cadwell? Don't tell him that. Cadwell may be the oldest soul-shriven in Cold Harbor. For all his eccentricities, he's certainly the most sane. Fancies himself a knight of old. If you find him, secure his help against the dragons.
Now, this is going to be hilarious.
What do they teach young people these days? You've never heard of the great Abner Tharn, advisor to emperors and battle mage supreme? No? Well, take my word for it. I'm a very important personage. You should feel honored to meet me. Lord Gareshri is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elswyr Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that. If you want to know more, feel free to ask them. My half-sister, userXgaming, conquered Rimmon and other parts of northern Elswyr about 6 years ago. The Khajiit Defense Force has slowly been taking back their province, but Rimmon is well fortified. And now, because of the dragons, things are worse. A militia drawn from the prides of northern Elswyr. Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main, has taken command during this crisis. With Dominion troops busy fighting the Three Banners War, the Defense Force must deal with the Uraxians and the dragons.
Okay. You might recognize the Araxian name from the enemies we fought during the tutorial. So, this is most definitely a direct continuation. But let's keep going.
Another outsider comes to Elswyr, as if we did not have enough problems between Abnor Tarn and the dragons. Ah, do not mind me. Great beasts rampaging through my homeland tends to put me in a foul mood. I am Camira. I assist the Speaker of the Main and serve as his agent. With both the usurper queen and the dragons ravaging northern Elswyr, there is much for me to do. Too much, I fear. But I will persevere. What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That these fearsome creatures of legend have returned to threaten Elswyr? That much is obvious. Damn it. This is all Abnor Tarn's fault. Dark Moons, take him. That arrogant Imperial! For an advisor to emperors and a renowned battle mage, he demonstrates a disturbing lack of caution. It was Abnor Tarn who entered the halls of Colossus and released the dragons. He says that was not his intention, but... what do my beliefs matter? Dragons have come to Elswyr, destroying everything I hold dear. As the Moon Singers say, the path to oblivion is paved in good intentions. So, damn Abnor Tarn. Damn him for unleashing this terror upon us.
You're responding to Abnor Tarn's letter. One of the promising adventurers. I hope you can help us. But where are my manners? Welcome to Riverhold and the province of Northern Elswyr, also known as Anequina. I am the Speaker of the Main. A position in which I've served faithfully for many years. I represent our spiritual leader, the Main. In addition, I command the Northern Elswyr Defense Force during this time of trouble. We're dealing with more than just dragons, unfortunately. A few years ago, Abnor Tarn's half-sister, userXgaming, conquered Rimen and parts of Northern Elswyr. We recently liberated Riverhold, and we're about to do the same for Rimen when the dragons appeared. It's almost as if they came to her aid. Do what Abnor Tarn asked. Just as he once served as advisor to emperors, he has agreed to help me formulate strategies and tactics for use against the dragons. It is the least he can do, since he had a hand in setting the horrid beasts loose.
If you have a character that you went through with the main game, there's actually a little story that you can play through that actually leads to your main hero from the main story coming to Elswyr and actually starting their journey in Elswyr as well. So it is quite an adventure. Well, let's go to Riverhold and see what we can do. Alright, let's hit the map. Let's back it out a bit. Alright. Okay, looks like we're heading towards the closest one as we speak. And that dragon is moving. Looks like it's got GPS. And when we come back, I'm going to seeing about speaking with Area, because that's a side quest that will actually lead you around all through Elswyr to find some relics. Sorry about the coughing today, but ooh. Oh yeah. I'm hearing direwolves. Ooh, there's a direwolf. Okay, time to find the surge location. Heh. Dead people. Squad Commander Pantheus. Both Her Majesty Queen Araxia and her court necromancer Zimong Foom have detected a series of unknown surges of magical energy uncomfortably close to Rieman's western borders. You are to immediately divert your squad and investigate the location indicated on the accompanying map. Your orders are to investigate each area, note any unusual creatures or occurrences, and capture any bystanders for interrogation. To be clear, Her Majesty wants them alive. Failure is not an option. Lieutenant Lepida, 1st Iraxian Legion. Spiffy. Okay, let's head to the second one. Ooh, fishing hole. Here he comes again. Rawhide. Okay, let's go this way. Ooh, this one was much easier to find. Foul-smelling sack. Rotten turkey legs. Indeed, weird. This way. let's keep moving.
No, Azazi. Never touch a Daedric monster, especially a dead one.
Don't be such a nervous netch. The dead can't hurt us. But where do you think it came from?
It stinks of Cold Harbor. Perhaps one of the Usurper Queen's lackeys summoned it, yes?
Let's speak with her.
Don't touch the dead thing, they do not tells me. Like I don't know how to handle a Daedric corpse. I wonder what killed it though. Maybe it ran afoul of a dragon.
I saw you, traveler. Why do all outsiders insist on acting suspiciously? I watched you go from location to location, just like the man with the pot on his head. Are you one of the soldiers intent on digging up every plot of land? Or are you simply a deviant who enjoys skulking and slinking through the wilderness?
What man with a pot on his head?
Do not play innocent with me, stranger. You must be working with that pale, gaunt fool with the ridiculous mustache. Else would you be visiting the same places that he did? Unless... Are you an agent of the Usurper Queen? Euraxia, the hated Imperial who conquered Rimmon, falsely claimed to be its queen. Do not feign ignorance, outsider. I had just about enough of that when I talked to the man with the pot on his head. You sound as confused as he was. Kept talking to his pet lizard bird like he expected it to answer. The last I saw, he headed east. I suppose you'll find him in that direction, and south of Riverhold. Just stop skulking around.
Well, we found who we're looking for, or the direction he headed. Yes, he wears a pot on his head. Must be good for cooking, too. Anyway. Little tidbit about our friend Caldwell. He was a really well-known star back in the... and actually still is quite well-known. But during the 60s, 70s, 80s, he was part of a comedy troupe called Monty Python. Is our good friend John Cleese. During the 90s, he appeared in the James Bond films as first R, and then he became Q. And then during the Harry Potter franchise, he was...
Danny, it looks just like that lovely place I dreamed of. Must be why my portals led me here. Eventually.
And in Harry Potter, he was nearly Headless Nick.
Hello, have you come to pay your respects to this poor fellow too? It was the strangest thing. I was looking at this very gravestone in a dream. So here I came, and there it is, all solid and everything. Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must be. I saw it in a dream after all. Or was it a vision? I get those two confused. Anyway, I felt a sort of pull and stepped through a door, and then pish-posh, honestly, rah, and here I am. Tharn, you say, the grumpy battle mage. How is the old boy? The surges were probably just me. My portal took a few tries before we honed in on this exact location. Now, why don't you take a look at the gravestone and see what you make of it? Hmm? Well, it took a few tries to find the exact spot I saw in my dream. A number of frightfully rude lads and lasses occupied the first location I visited, demanded my surrender, if you can imagine such a thing. Naturally, I gave them the old heave-ho. Foul smelling, I'll have you know, that was my lunch. Can't believe I lost it. And if by bantam noir you mean my faithful steed, Honor, well, he's always getting into my foodstuffs. Has the appetite of a mammoth and the cunning of a fox, that one. Dispatch? Why would I do such a terrible thing? I adore those adorable punch buckets. Alas, Groot was standing a little too close when I opened my portal. Poor thing fell in and took a nasty spill. When the neck bone snaps, it makes an awful sound.
Here lies the head of the betrayer, whose name has been stricken from history. May the pieces of his dismembered body remain hidden until Joan and Jode fall from the sky.
Were the words the same for you? Sometimes written language likes to confuse me. Words change and switch places. Very annoying. Anyway, the gravestone mentions the betrayer. Sounds like a dastardly chap. Wonder if I ever met him. I don't have the slightest idea. The words inscribed upon it conjure up all kinds of questions, though. Who is this betrayer? Whom did he betray? Why did they bury only his head? And where did they put the rest of the poor fellow? I don't have a clue.
Alban Tharn said if I found you, I should ask you to help us with Elswyr's dragon problem.
Dragons? I haven't battled a dragon since... You know, I can't remember, but I'm certain I fought one or two in my day. I was a gallant knight, after all. Of course I'll help. I'll just need to do a little more digging into this dream thing first. Didn't we go over this? I'm a chivalrous knight. Oh, you mean the pale and dashing complexion? Well, I'm a soul shriven, a denizen of lovely Cold Harbor. I'm the oldest of my kind and a sort of role model, at least for those who haven't gone feral. It's called a helmet, I'll have you know. The proper headgear for a daring knight, not at all as pedestrian as the foppery you're adorned with. Sorry, old chap, your attire is perfectly adequate. Suits you to a tittle, really does.
Alright. And we can continue on, heading towards a Rage of Dragons. But I feel like we should actually head back to Riverhold. Because there was a lovely little quest that I was... let's do that right quick. There's a lovely little quest there that I want to at least get started. It's a bird. Ooh, lovely. Are you gonna be there? There we go. But yeah, good old John Cleese. always plays very interesting characters. Oftentimes quite eccentric in their own way. And there she goes. Right. Let's get to our destination. Right, now that we're back here, I'm going to remove that and head towards this little tidbit. There's always good quest lines to get here.
We don't have a choice, Izanji.
And what? You expect us to just stroll into an Akaviri crypt? Be reasonable.
Well, if we don't recover those mural pieces, who will?
Let's speak with her.
Welcome to the House of Histories. You'll find no grander collection of curiosities and memorabilia in all of Elswyr. I would offer you a tour, but we're currently investigating a most unfortunate theft. An ancient mural called the Rithana di Renada, otherwise known as the Song of Kingdoms. It chronicles the time when Elswyr was 16 united kingdoms working in harmony. Unfortunately, it was shattered when the kingdoms entered into conflict. Yes, into exactly 16 pieces. My brother and I found and restored each and every one. And then, just as we were about to put all the pieces together again, they were Thank you for offering to help. Oddly enough, the thief did leave a note mentioning a grave of snake men. I suspect it refers to the Tomb of the Serpents, an old Akaviri crypt. Hopefully that is where you will find the missing pieces. Yes, it is. But that clue is all we have at the moment. It actually reminds me of the old Khajiiti legend, Rajin and a Trail of Ink. Perhaps our thief is a fan of the trickster god. Wouldn't be too surprising. He was a renowned thief who possessed the Ring of Khajiiti, which allowed him to be invisible, silent, and quick. He ascended to become an immortal trickster god and patron to thieves. Rajin and the Trail of Ink is but one of his many legends. Many moons ago, when Rajin was still but a thief and not yet a god, he met a beautiful soldier named Captain Nasuna. He was captivated by Nasuna's beauty and skill, but she scorned all of his advances. So, Rajin set out to woo her. Nasuna guarded a merchant's estate. 5 times Rajin entered this estate, stealing an item and hiding it elsewhere. He left clues behind for the captain, daring her to recover what he stole. And each time she prevailed, for she was as clever as he. Rajin was proving himself. By stealing these items, he showed his cunning. By hiding them away, he showed his honor. By leaving clues, he showed his respect. And it worked. Nasuna was won over and agreed to be his lover. As I've said, many thieves wish to emulate the great Rajin. Leaving clues at the scene of the crime is one way to demonstrate their cleverness. Perhaps the Rithana di Renala was created during a time of peace between the 16 kingdoms. It represented the unity of the Khajiit people. The peace between the kingdoms did not last. The mural was shattered into 16 pieces, one for each kingdom. No one knows how it was so perfectly broken. Was it the clan leaders? Perhaps punishment from divine? Elswyr faces many dangers now. More than ever, the Khajiit must band together. I hoped that the Rithana di Renada would inspire just that. After all, it represents a time when all Khajiit lived in harmony.
Let's go take a look for the Tomb of Serpents.
So, I recently traveled past Two Moons Temple. I hate to say it, but I think the monks there have gone mad.
What makes you say that?
They said they were chasing butterflies, but I couldn't see any. They were chasing nothing. It was bizarre and, well, unsettling to see them behave so.
You saw nothing? Odd. You mentioned butterflies. This one has a bad feeling about that. A memory teases and is gone. Ah, well.
Looks like we need to go around this way. Excuse me. Sorry for the coughing. It have a dry throat. And And as you see that skull with the two sabers, that is a world boss, which I am not even going to try to take down right now. But let's keep heading towards our I think they were going after the stags. However, I already know where another one of the pieces is, and we just happen to have missed it when we were in our first dungeon. But I felt that I probably should have left it anyway, because I wasn't going to be able to explain to you what it was that we found. Well, and there's another player. It looks like he's a warden. Well, this is awkward. I came away that's gonna, well, I think it's gonna hurt a little bit. Or maybe not. There we go. Let's keep going. Because as you see, this leads straight to a delve, and looks like maybe another quest as well.
Ah, yes. The one who approaches might help us with your artifacts. Did the spirit send you to help Kisaravi? What did she say? My apologies. Kisaravi hoped you heard the spirit too. The spirit protects Akaviri relics in the Tomb of the Serpents. She wants Kisaravi to share their secrets with the world, but the spirit may not be correct. Entity, a goddess perhaps. The one who protects the tomb while wrapping her arms around Kisaravi's mind. Will you retrieve the Akaviri relics? Otherwise their secrets will be trapped here forever, along with Kisaravi. Thank you, stranger. Kisaravi hopes you will be the one to pass the spirit's test and retrieve the Akaviri relics. She's sure you won't end up like the others. Years ago, Khajiit allowed displaced Akaviri to bury their dead in Khajiiti tombs. So many Akaviri were buried here that they renamed it Tomb of the Serpents. The Akaviri placed armor and relics alongside their dead. The spirit watches over all. Curiosity, arrogance, greed. Kisaravi wanted to unlock the Akaviri's secrets, to use their knowledge and steal their power, to sell their relics to the highest bidder. Selfish desires brought Kisaravi here, but the spirit's message made her stay. Some say their ancestors were eaten by a race of vampiric serpents. Others say they were merely captured. They are said to be resistant to poison and fierce in battle. Some say they even enslaved dragons. Their relics would tell us what is true. I never saw her, but I felt her. Her words opened something within me, a sense of purpose, belonging, love. I don't remember her words, but I can't forget her message. When I share the relics with the world, you will understand. Everyone will. Thank you, stranger. Kisaravi hopes you will be the one to pass the spirit's test and retrieve the Akaviri relics. She's sure you won't end.
Well, we're going to go about and do 2 quests, so it seems. Let's go on in and see what we get. This is a open world delve, but it's meant to be able to be handled by a single player. So let's see what we get. And there's our respawn point. And let's go. As you see, the dark black arrow will lead us to the original quest that we were on that actually brought us in here. But with these delves, there's so many wonderful things to actually be done. Odd. How odd. Let's keep moving. And we have an enemy. Let's
Wake from your sleep. Preserve our legacy. Destroy the outsider.
And they awaken. We knew this was going to happen. Whoa. Shocking. Looks like the Charger's using the Sorcerer's Storm Path as its base for its non-melee attacks. Oh, there's another one. And it looks like they got an archer with them this time. A little unrealistic, but it kept me from getting hit by a wide shot.
You are different, outsider. Perhaps you are the one to deliver our message. Perhaps you will die like the rest.
Well, this is gonna be fun. There's a Minotaur Shaman, it looks like. As I said, this is an open world, so you will see other players. Looks like our other quest is this way, so I'm going to hit that right quickly. Oh, we got awakened.
Lay down your sword, outsider. You already belong to the Academy.
Let's take a look.
Not so fast, Walker. Rachin would first have a word with you.
Let's talk to him.
So, you have found the first piece of the Rethana de Renata. Impressive. But Rachin can't help but wonder if you have patience enough to find the other 15. After all, he has hidden them very well. This one is the shadow of Rachin. Well, a shadow of Rachin. There are 7 of us all told. Surely you have heard of Rachin, yes? Elswyr's greatest thief, whose crimes were so fabulous he became divine. This one is but an avatar of his greatness. Do you expect a truthful answer? What kind of trickster do you take this one for? Let us make a deal. If you find all the pieces, each and every one, Rachin will consider sharing his motivations. Oh, of course Rachin will provide clues. What fun would it be otherwise? 15 clues to find 15 pieces. Collect them all and restore Rithana di Renada, which was thought just a legend. Sound exciting, Walker? Here then, a book for your convenience. Is not Rachin kind? Ah, and one other thing. Outside help is strictly forbidden. Iraya might have solved this one's a trickster, a hero, and an ancient mural. Just the recipe for a grand adventure, no? Ah, but this one is most excited to see it unfold. Why, you have Rachin's Book of Riddles, do you not? Each verse will let you know where a certain... well, this one is feeling rather generous today. Rachin will let you know. This one is but a shadow of the great Rachin, trickster god to the Khajiiti people. It was he who gained the power of the Ring of Khajiiti, which made him invisible to all and quick as the wind. He who stole both treasures and hearts alike. Of course! How else was this one supposed to get your attention, Walker? Ah, but Rachin says too much. After all, he has already promised to reveal his motivations after you've collected all the mural pieces.
Definitely gonna be a fun night.
If you see Pakruti, tell him he still owes this one a pouch of gold.
Alright, that one's good. And ooh, there's our Minotaur. Let's have some fun. And time to heal.
Only the strong can carry our message.
Sky Shard. Takes 3, and you get a skill point. And there we go. We're at 2, found in the delves of northern Elswyr. Poisoned. Lovely. And there's the Minotaur Shaman.
Live, and you will share our story. Die, and you
ooh, there's an... Ooh. Looks like they got a Templar. But they're following a more spellcaster path. Builds up magic and uses both offensive and defensive magic, it looked like. Funny, Blade Master, and they were using a maul. Oh yeah. Well, that was fun. Let's heal. Heal, heal, heal. And I leveled. That was pure coincidence. There's our last one. Well, let's keep moving. That trifecta of friends looks like they're definitely working together. Alright. Well. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Let's take a look. And there's number 3. However, I'm not done yet. Because there's got to be something we're missing.
Your sword, outsider. You already belong to the Akaveri.
While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and hit this up. Alright. I'm gonna pop a stun. Let's see. We're going two-handed, so I'm going to see if there's anything. Oh. Restoring light. And now I am being attacked while I was leveling. You have to sometimes be careful with these things, because if you're not, and you saw what just happened, you get attacked. So, let's go ahead and try that again. As I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pop my mending up one, and let's keep going.
Live, and you will share our story. Die, and we will share our tomb.
You guys remember, I don't think I got a chance to tell you, but in these delves, there is a boss that, if you beat, gives you the, well, then you've completed the actual delve, which is what we're looking for right now. So I'm excuse me, about actually completing the actual delve, which looks like they're just going full tilt. Which, why not? Let's take a look at the map. I'm going to try to go for that center area again. See what we get. Or I might not have actually hit my center area, so...
You are different, outsider. Perhaps you are the one to deliver our message. Perhaps you will die like the rest.
Let's see. And it's... Huh. Somehow I missed it. Alright. So yeah, I'm looking for the boss of this, because when you come into a delve, even when you're...
From your sleep, preserve our legacy, destroy the outsider.
Well, this is going to be fun. There we go. So it does appear that with this dungeon delve, we're going to be running a little bit longer than normal. But I'd rather go ahead and finish the delve before we cut out for the night. Alright, let's see what we got going. I swear, I feel like I'm getting turned around.
Quell the intruder. Only the strong can carry our message.
Okay, let's go this way. And there's our boss. I knew he was going to be a Minotaur. Let's rock it. Translation, stay the heck out of the way. You see, these bosses are literally very much more difficult fare than your typical enemies. Even your we can do this. And here he comes. Ah, crap. Got him. And as you see, there's your items. And we unlock an achievement, and we're good to go. Let's keep moving. And ooh, more enemies. And there we go. And we are heading out. Time to speak with our quest giver.
You got the Akaviri relics. Did the spirit speak to you? Ah, the Akaviri spirit has blessed you. Kisaravi can tell. How else would you have succeeded where Kisaravi has failed? Please accept this gift and the spirit's blessings. Kisaravi knew that she would meet someone brave enough to enter the tomb, strong enough to pass the spirit's test, and wise enough to accept her protection and never question her voice. Kisaravi knew because the spirit told her. The spirit wants Kisaravi to share the Akaviri relics with Tamriel. They possess a magic we can't understand. A magic that will spread her influence and protect us all. For some, it is the key to unlocking ancient secrets and lost magic. For others, it is a reminder of why some things are better left unknown. The spirit has spent years watching the dead in this tomb, stranger. She's ready
Hello,
to
Frost Tiger Ice Regan. We're about to go ahead and head on to the House of Histories. I'm actually going to quick travel there. And oh, wrong way shrine. We want to go this way. There we go. Riverhold. Doing great. About to actually finish up. We're actually an hour into this video, and the reason we're going long is I had to finish up the delve. And here we go. Actually, no. This is my first actual sit down and trying to actually just focus on the this particular content. My first character actually completed the main story of the base game. But for this video series, I wanted to take a character from level 1 through the actual entire story as though this is their story. Alright. Time.
Ah, you've returned. Let us speak. Greetings, greetings. Were you able to find the missing mural pieces?
As I recovered one piece of the mural, Rajin's shadow stole them.
If you want to pull my tail, you could at least try a bit harder than that. Really, what would Rajin's shadow want with the Rithana de Renada? It might have historical significance, but it's certainly not a prize worthy of the trickster god. Sure. Just let me know if you meet John and Joel next, yes? We could use some brighter moons. Why don't you just place the mural piece back in its frame? Iraya should return shortly. You can speak to her about the other missing pieces.
The race that I play most is the Dunmer, the Dark Elf. I often play sorcerers.
So nothing, of course. Oh, you found one of the pieces.
And I often play either a Templar, which is what I'm playing with this playthrough, or a sorcerer.
I see you've collected a missing piece. Slick work. Now, if we only had clues for the other 15 pieces, makes finding them particularly difficult for us, no? Rajin's shadow? I'll be honest, that's a lot to take in. But after all you've done for us, how can I not offer you the benefit of the doubt? Feel free to place any mural pieces that you find, and here, something for your troubles. Think that the Rithana de Renada was snatched away by Rajin's shadow. Never would I have thought that would be the case. Good luck finding the rest of the pieces. My brother and I will pray for your swift success. Of course. What would you like to know? Feel free to bring them back here and place them in the mural's frame. This should also help you keep track of how many pieces you still need to collect. Remember, there are a total of 16 pieces that must be placed. Rajin is a trickster god, revered by Khajiit thieves. He possesses 7 shadows to do his bidding in the mortal realm. Unfortunately, it seems that one of these shadows has taken interest in you. Well, Rajin is known to punish the cruel and reward the cunning. Perhaps he wished to test you for some reason, to see if you're worthy of something. What the something is, I have no idea.
Alright. At this point... let's go ahead and level up. At this point, I know where actually one of the other pieces is, and in one of my videos, I've already went to that place, but I didn't pick up the piece because at the time my headset had went out, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you why I was actually picking it up. And at this point, I'm actually willing to go back, but we're already past the hour mark, and I do plan on continuing this playthrough, but I will be actually I don't think so. I didn't really do much of the PvP. I believe that's where for the champion rank. I've mostly stuck with the PvE and the story portions of the game. And let's see what we got over here. Ah, rite of passage. Let's see. We'll go ahead and pop my ultimate. And this ability is ready to be morphed. But as I said, I'm going to actually start another video. And if you're wishing to join me again, Frost Tiger, I'd be most grateful, because I do these as a live stream. I have to actually break them up in real time. Will you be returning? All right, I'll be right back.